Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's another edition of Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, coming at you here on the U to the Tube. So, it's time to look back and review NXT TakeOver 36. And I have to say, this definitely tops last night's SummerSlam by many miles. Like, bar none. Let's get into this. So first off, we had the pre-show match, which was Ridge Holland versus Trey Baxter. Wasn't a long match at all. Ridge Holland pretty much got the victory convincingly. Trey Baxter had a little bit of offense. Tried to come out firing on all cylinders, but really didn't do much. Honestly, I thought this was a waste of a match. Like, this really could have been substituted for, say, Swerve defending the North American title against Santos Escobar, or you could have finally had Zoe Stark and Io Shirai defend the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. So they could have gone with either of those two routes instead of just doing like a pre-show match. You know what I mean? That I just felt like that was a pointless pre-show match. Ridge Holland and Trey Baxter, pointless. Wasn't a long match. Ridge Holland won easily. That's pretty much like one of the very few negatives of this event. Just the pre-show that we could have done either without that, or just they could have had an extra match on the main card, like either the North American title or the NXT Women's Tag Titles defended. But anyway, going on to the main card, we had two title changes, or excuse me, not two, three. We had three title changes. NXT TakeOver 36 opened with the $1 Million Championship. LA Knight defended against Cameron Grimes. Of course, the stipulation was if Cameron Grimes loses, then Ted DiBiase had to become LA Knight's new butler. And I have to say, this was a good match. This was definitely a pretty dang on good opening match for the main card. You know, got to see a lot more of LA Knight and his personality and gimmick in this match. Got to see Cameron Grimes really showcasing what he normally is able to do a lot more. But this was a great match, just back and forth. And it seemed like LA Knight had a lot of momentum, and then Cameron Grimes did. It was a good balance. I felt like it was a good balance. And then, of course, Ted DiBiase got involved. You know, a couple of assists for Cameron Grimes, including a punch, and even put LA Knight in the $1 Million Dream outside. So we got to see a lot of the $1 Million Dream submission applied by both Ted DiBiase and Cameron Grimes. But when it was all said and done, Cameron Grimes hits the cave-in on LA Knight, gets the pin, and is your new $1 Million Champion. And of course, him and Ted DiBiase celebrate. But Cameron Grimes, one of North Carolina's own, finally gets a championship, his first championship in WWE. So I really want to see how well he will carry on the $1 Million legacy. And I really like the threads, his ring gear that he wore, definitely representing $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Of course, Ted DiBiase, celebrated with him, and it was all good. Pretty much gave a few assists, helped Cameron Grimes seal the deal, and win the $1 Million Championship. But it's definitely not over between these two. This rivalry is going to continue. But, Cameron Grimes, $1 Million Champion, and I just wonder how they're going to keep this feud going. Should be interesting though. But pretty good opening match. Pretty good opening match. I really didn't have any complaints. And then uh we had the NXT Women's Championship match as Raquel Gonzalez defended against Dakota Kai. And I have to say, this is another one of Dakota Kai's best matches on NXT. And like I said, Dakota Kai has a lot of experience. She's done so much in the indies. I mean, she's, Shimmer. She's even wrestled in Stardom. Like, Dakota Kai, aka Evie, is a very great wrestler, and I'm really just happy to see more of her showcased as far as really using her to showcase what she can do. And this was another one of her best matches. And she really brought her A game against Raquel Gonzalez. I really like the story that was told in this match. It was back and forth, but Dakota Kai, it looked really close, like she was going to dethrone Raquel Gonzalez. And like I said before, I was rooting for her, but I'm not too surprised that Raquel Gonzalez did get the victory. She hit an avalanche Chikunga bomb and was able to pin Dakota Kai. But great match. Definitely a great match. Another successful defense for Raquel Gonzalez. And then afterwards, at the end, Kaylee Ray, her music hits and she appears. And of course, Raquel Gonzalez looks pretty disturbed by that. But I think we now know who potentially will be in the running next to challenge for the NXT Women's Championship. Kaylee Ray, the longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion to this day. And, we hadn't really seen her ever since she got dethroned by Meiko Satomura, which, remember, their first meeting, she beat Meiko Satomura. Let's remember that. But we hadn't seen her since Meiko Satomura dethroned her and won the title. But here she is now. Kaylee Ray in NXT, in the CWC. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see how this goes. If anybody is very capable of dethroning Raquel Gonzalez, this is definitely Kaylee Ray. And, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. You got to remember, Rhea Ripley, she was the first to have won both the NXT UK Women's Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. So, Kaylee Ray could be the next one to do it. She could be the next one to do it. But we'll see how it goes. But hey, Kaylee Ray is in NXT. So, hey, looks exciting. Next up, we had the NXT United Kingdom Championship on the line as Walter defended against Ilya Dragunov. I'm going to tell y'all right here, right now. This was not only the match of the night, not only a strong candidate for match of the year, but 5-star match? No. I would give this match 10 stars. Ilya Dragunov versus Walter at NXT TakeOver 36 was not only just an instant classic, it may be an epic classic of all sorts. These two men were like two hardcore gladiators just going at it to the brink of extinction. The whelps on Ilya Dragunov's neck and chest, like, beet red like crazy. And no matter what he got hit with, he kept getting back up. No matter what Walter got hit with, he kept getting back up. These two were like hardcore gladiators battling like their life depended on it, and put forth definitely a strong running for match of the year, match of 2021. I mean, I'm already still very high to this day of NXT UK Takeover Wales, Cardiff, Falter versus Tyler Bate. But this match? Yeah. These two traded knife edge chops, sleeper hold submissions, drop kicks, you name it. These two went back and forth. Where you would think one had the upper hand, that changed like that. And Ilya Dragunov showed a lot of heart as well as resilience. And not only did he beat Walter, he made him tap out. The ring general that was NXT United Kingdom champion for 870 days, and Ilya Dragunov makes him tap out in epic fashion to become your new NXT United Kingdom champion. And to be honest with y'all, I hope Ilya Dragunov holds that title for a good long while. Maybe not as long as Walter's reign, but he deserves to hold on to that belt for a while. At least for the rest of this year. At least for the rest of this year. Ilya Dragunov deserves to hold on to that belt for at least the rest of this year. Ilya Dragunov is a beast. And I have no doubt that he will help put NXT UK on the map. Or shoot, even NXT, should they continue to have him compete on NXT. But congratulations to him, but man, that was clearly, that match itself, by itself, was better than the entire card of SummerSlam. That's how impactful, that's how big, that's how excellent and epic of a match that this was. It instantly tops all of SummerSlam. No, I am not exaggerating at all. This is no exaggeration. Ten stars. 10 stars. Change my mind. We next had the three stages of hell. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. Of course, the first fall was a normal match, won by pinfall submission. Definitely started off intense between these two, as expected. But Kyle O'Reilly was able to get the first fall after reversing a Panama Sunrise attempt into just a roll up, just a pin, and that was given to Kyle O'Reilly. He gets the first pin. Then this immediately started the second match, the second fall, which was a street fight. I felt like this definitely was the longest part of this match. This second fall. we saw a lot used. Chairs, kendo sticks, chains. There's a segment where Kyle O'Reilly hit his rib cage area onto the ring apron, and Adam Cole just kept exploiting that, targeting that with chairs, kendo sticks. Yeah, there was even a segment where these two had gotten their own chains and just started brawling with each other with chains wrapped around their fists. It was crazy. But the street fight part of this match was definitely pretty dang on long. But Adam Cole was able to get the next fall in the street fight. Therefore, had to go to the third fall, which was a steel cage. Now, of course, Adam Cole got in some shots on Kyle O'Reilly before the steel cage closed. But this was where things kind of went a little bit sour. The finish. Now, Adam Cole got a pair of handcuffs. Cuffed Kyle O'Reilly to the steel cage and to the it was either to the steel cage or to the ring rope, one of the two, and just kept picking him off with super kicks and such. But then Kyle O'Reilly caught one of his kicks, turned it into a heel hold, a heel hook, while still handcuffed to the rope, and Adam Cole taps out. Kind of a weak finish. After dishing out all that punishment, he locks in one counter into a submission and gets a tap out victory. Kind of a weak finish. Not to mention, this third fall did not really last anywhere close as long as the street fight part of this match. Now, don't get me wrong. I figured Kyle O'Reilly was going to win this bout, but that final fall was a weak finish. Was definitely a weak finish. Now the only thing that really comes down to is this officially Adam Cole's last match on NXT, or even his last match in the WWE? You know? But I figured they were going to do this in order to write off Adam Cole, if that is the case. But, yeah, to be honest, not surprised with the outcome, just the finish was weak. The finish was weak. But still, good match overall. I mean, these two, love seeing Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly go at it. I've been enjoying seeing that ever since their feud in ROH. So this is nothing new to me, and still enjoyable to this day. And then we had the main event, the NXT Championship. Karrion Kross defended against Samoa Joe, returning, having his first match since February of 2020. I have to say, Samoa Joe looked good. He definitely looked good. Didn't look like he showed any ring rust at all. Once again, no Scarlet from Karrion Kross. So I don't know what's up with that. Anybody know where Scarlet is? I mean, I haven't heard any reports or anything like that about Scarlet. So I don't know what's going on with that. So if somebody knows what's up with Scarlet, let me know, because I haven't been able to find anything. But anyway, the match was good. Match was hard hitting, back and forth. Got to see Samoa Joe do some of his usual moves, his signatures. Had the Coquina Clutch in, I believe, twice. Almost got Karrion Kross to submit, and then of course Karrion Kross locked in the cross jacket at one point, and these two were just trading submissions back and forth, and you could tell it was definitely hard hitting, and ultimately it took a muscle buster to finish off Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe is your not only new NXT champion, but your first in history, your first 3-time NXT champion. His first match back, and he wins the gold for a 3rd time. Wow. But like I said, I figured that was going to happen because I figured this is how they write off Karrion Kross, and he makes the permanent move to the main roster, which I assume will be Raw. So I figured this is how they write him off. So, but it'll definitely be interesting to see how this run will be for Samoa Joe as NXT champion again. You know, he's back in the ring. He's a competitor now. I'm really curious to see what kind of storylines they can put together and see who will be the first to go after Samoa Joe's title. If you ask me, shoo, if it was up to me, I wouldn't mind bringing Keith Lee back and let Keith Lee and Samoa Joe go at it. I would love to see that. Are you kidding me? I would love to see that. You know, I'm sure we'll get a chance to see Kyle O'Reilly against Samoa Joe. I would love to see that. I would definitely love to see that. I mean, possibilities are endless, it seems. But I just wonder how Samoa Joe's run's gonna be. But and that is your takeover 36. Like I said, good takeover. Ilya Dragunov versus Walter, NXT United Kingdom Championship, was the best match of the event. But at the same time, with a lot of what's been told and what, like, rumor wise, and just a lot of what's going on with NXT and Nick Khan and such, we need to eat this up as much as possible, because unfortunately this may be the last great takeover that we see. Because if what I think is going to happen is going to happen, NXT is not going to be the same anymore. And it's not going to be that impactful anymore. And that's going to affect the takeovers. So, ladies and gentlemen, we may have seen the last great NXT takeover with this takeover 36. Because it looks like definitely change is coming to NXT as a whole. But only time will tell. But NXT TakeOver 36 definitely better than SummerSlam. And SummerSlam had much more matches too. That's the funny thing about it. But no, NXT TakeOver 36 definitely tops SummerSlam. Easily. Easily. But like I said, going forward, the only thing I'm still wondering now is when is Swerve gonna defend the North American title, because he hasn't defended that title since he won it from Bronson Reed. He hasn't defended that title yet. Zoe Stark and Io Shirai, they haven't defended the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships yet. They haven't defended them since they won them. So, really need to see some storylines develop with that. They need to get on that. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I have. But let me know what y'all thought of NXT TakeOver 36. What did you think of the matches? What was your favorite? What was your least favorite? Do you think this may be the last great NXT TakeOver before the change? Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can catch every video, and thank you so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram with another Pro Wrestling Talk episode with this review of NXT TakeOver 36. Hope everybody has a blessed week, and I will see y'all soon. Peace.